I'm back for the second half of the Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. The next chapter, Meet the Goddess of Good Luck. In this chapter, what he's discussing is that, for the most part, there isn't any luck. There's simply the ability to take opportunity or not. Example, so sometime back, stock went to hell. It was selling for about $3 a share. And President George Bush told you that the government was going to cover it up to $7 a share. You had 72 hours to buy that stock. Now, if you took that opportunity, you jumped on it, you bought that stock, you made $4 per share. That was fantastic. Now, somebody could say, hey, you're lucky. No, it's not you're lucky. It's that you took advantage of opportunity. And that's where good luck comes from. Men of actions are favored by the goddess of good luck. Next chapter, the 5 laws of gold. Gold cometh gladly and in increasing quantity to any man who will put by not less than 1/10 of his earnings to create an estate for his future and that of his family. We've discussed this before. This is simply the concept of taking 10% of what you earn off the top, not at the bottom, off the top from your net pay and putting it to the side for investment. Law number 2. Gold laboreth diligently and contently for the wise owner who finds for it profitable employment, multiplying even as the flocks of the field. What he's discussing here is if you take that 10% and you invest it over a period of time, it'll accumulate. Law 3. Gold clingeth to the protection of the cautious owner who invests it under the advice of men wise in its handling. That pretty much means invest with experts. Well, then again, it's tough to find an expert. Invest with somebody that has a substantial amount of experience in what you want to invest in. And if they're not trying to sell you something, if they're looking out for your benefit, you should do well. 4. Gold slippeth away from the man who invests it in business or purposes with which he is not familiar, or which are not approved by those skilled in its keep. Don't invest in something that you don't know anything about. Pretty simple. 5. Gold fleeth the man who would force it to impossible earnings, or who followeth the alluring advice of tricksters and schemesters, or who trust it to his own inexperience or romantic desires in investment. If you invest in a get-rich-quick scheme, chances are you're going to lose all your money. Invest wisely. One issue that tends to come up is that as you've invested and as your money grows, more and more people, for some strange reason, will end up having ideas for what you should be doing with your money. And they'll come up with all sorts of wonderful schemes that they'll propose to you. To be a wise investor, you need to know when not to listen or when to simply ignore people. Those were the 5 laws of gold. The walls of Babylon. In this story, what the author is discussing, he says, we cannot afford to be without adequate protection. What he's discussing here is insurance. This is called the walls of Babylon. The walls of Babylon, the strength of Babylon, the bronze gate that was an integral part of the wall of Babylon, provided security that in this day is provided by insurance. Being properly insured just makes sense. Next chapter, the Camel Traitor of Babylon. Where the determination is, the way can be found. If you're determined and you put forth effort, the chances are that you're going to reach your goal. And that's pretty much the whole book. You can see how, not too horribly thick. As thin as this book is, the concepts for acquiring wealth are actually quite simple. You take the first 10% of what you earn and you put it to the side and use it for investing. The second 10% you use for paying your debts. When your debts are paid off, you then apply that 10% to investing. So at that point in time, you're now investing 20%. There's 10% that you use for entertainment, enjoying your life, because life is short and life should be enjoyed. The other 70% of your income, you learn to live with it. You change your eating habits, your entertainment habits, your going out habits, what cars you buy, what house you buy, whatever, but you live within your 70%. And although that may seem impossible when you're spending all your money, you're going, wow, I'm spending all my money now, you'll find out, as others have, that it's really quite simple to live on 70% of your income. That's it. Simple concepts. Piece of cake to acquire wealth. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. If you just like to listen to a guy with Tourette's, hit the subscribe button. Either way will work. Thanks. Bye-bye.